Brad Butterstein of Data Graphics. We're a manufacturer of nameplates, over graphic overlays, any product identification. One, two, we've got four. Yep. So we started with one several years ago and got it in the door, and we're up. We just took delivery of our fourth one a couple months ago. We had other equipment prior to meeting Rob, and we actually had clamshells years ago. So, his machines come in this, with the clamshell effect. We made a transition prior to meeting Rob with a bunch of machines that would, basically cut coming up and down. When we met Rob and saw his machines, we had friendly competitors that had his machines, and we saw what they could do. His main marketing deals are completely true. Our changeover from job to job is very minimal and very quick. The speed of those machines far outpace anything that we have internally. So we bought one, and we're at a capacity issue here where we have to now put one in and take one out. It's throughput, it's efficiency, it's more sales, being able to get through. Everything funnels through our fabrication department. So we've got conventional screen print, we've got digital printing, we've got UV printing, and 99% of that stuff, it doesn't just get printed and then go out the door. It has to funnel through that fabrication and kind of finishing area. And we've seen, and I would say that these presses have contributed to it. The last 2 years, last year we had an 18% increase in sales. And this year we're sitting at about an 8 to 10% increase in sales. However, it's not the Crest presses that are slowing us down. It's supply chain. It's, people, hiring enough people that are qualified to get going. But the amount of throughput that we can get with those machines, for example, we had a job that we'll quote and we'll specifically say, prior to having as many Crest presses as we did, when we had the one, when we quoted it specifically with sales, we're like, the only way for us to win this job is you have to run it on the Crest press. Because on these other presses, say for this particular material, and there's going to be a range based on, the style of the part, the thickness of the material, and so on, that another machine, we would get probably half the number of hits in an hour time frame. So if we're kicking out 600 hits an hour on Rob's machine, my press needs, we would be getting 300 hits out of another one. So the only way to get to that price, get to that throughput, get to that lead time, was to specifically allocate it to a Crest press. And then when we started seeing more of that, the light bulb just went off. One of the things I'll say about Rob too is he stands behind his product. He communicates, and if there's an issue with something, he's going to address it. We haven't had any major issues with our machines. You've got general maintenance that you need to do. And as we've been buying these machines, they've been in perfect periods to bring them out, that when Dave comes back on site, the tech, we just bundle him recalibrating and taking out some of the items that may need to be changed over a certain cycle period. So it's worked out for us that we've bundled with it, and just the tolerances that we can hold. The thing I like about Rob too is he'll get involved beyond just the machine. Between his demo center, his access to tool makers, die makers, we've got our particular favorite that we've partnered with, but that doesn't mean we're not open to, other, folks to partner with. And I think too, like part of this call where, we're on LinkedIn and the social stuff, and he likes to be active on social. And I love seeing the things. We saw some things on social media that we weren't doing before, in terms of a style of cutting. And we've recently reached out to him to say, hey, could you provide us some help? We don't expect him to do the heavy lifting, but could you connect us and, tell us who we need to get with? And then he'll engage on those. Again, part of the selling point, I think, of the company for them, that we've liked dealing with them, is the communication, flexibility. Everybody we've encountered has been technically inclined. They've been more than willing to help out.